It looks like Jake the Snake Roberts is back on the drink, and as Adam Pearce would say, that's official. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And as Austin said in his promo in '96, I think Jake the Snake Roberts has been on the Thunderbird. It looks like he's been spending his WWE royalty checks on alcohol because this guy has clearly lost the plot. I don't know if he needs a doctor. I don't know if he needs medication. I don't know if he needs like some sort of mechanical tool to ply his nose out of AEW's ass. But Jake the Snake Roberts has completely embarrassed himself here. He's took it one step further than any man should ever go. And he has said that Kenny Omega is not just better than Ric Flair, not just better than Shawn Michaels, but that he is one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of all times. And that, man, that is honestly a cardinal sin. So Jake the Snake Roberts, I guess, with his phone in one hand to tweet and alcohol in the other hand, was on Twitter talking about Kenny Omega, and he was asked about how good Ric Flair was and Shawn Michaels was, and if they were the best of all time. And in reply to that, he said, and I quote, "Oh God, no." End of quote. So, so he doesn't think it's Michaels, he doesn't think it's Flair, which is fair enough. I think most people would say Shawn Michaels is the greatest in-ring performer of all time, but no, apparently Jake the Snake Roberts doesn't think so. That's fair enough. And then when he was asked about what he thought of Kenny Omega, he said, and I quote, "One of the best in-ring performers ever." End of quote. How? I mean, how? How can you just disregard Shawn Michaels and then say that Kenny Omega is one of the greatest in-ring performers ever, man? That is insane. He then went on to say, quote, he's about Kenny Omega, quote, "He's unbelievable, man. I love his finishing maneuver, one-winged angel, and knee to the face. That's pretty crisp." End of quote. So he likes this guy's finishing maneuver. He likes his knee to the face, and all of a sudden that makes Kenny Omega the greatest of all time. Both moves look shit. Honestly, the one-winged angel looks so soft. Every time Kenny Omega does it, he's like gently bringing his opponent down. And I get, look, it's wrestling. Actually, fair play to Kenny Omega for once in a move not actually almost killing his opponent. He actually does take care of his opponent with the one-winged angel, but the problem is it looks incredibly weak. It looks too safe. It honestly looks like he's cradling him down. It looks like he's putting his baby to sleep at night. That's what it looks like when he actually places somebody on the mat with a one-winged angel. But I just find it mad, man, that that Jake the Snake Roberts would come out and say this about Kenny Omega, say that he's one of the greatest of all time. You look at Kenny Omega, every single match is the same. This guy, he doesn't wrestle different styles. If you've seen one Kenny Omega match, you've legit seen them all. People will talk about Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay. Every match is the fucking same. You look at Shawn Michaels, he wrestled every match differently. He had different styles for every opponent. If Michaels was wrestling Bret Hart, he had a different style. If he was wrestling Mankind, he had a different style. If he was wrestling The Undertaker, he had a different style. If he was heel, he had a different style. If he was face, he had a different style. He could do every single match. He could do Hell in a Cell. He could do a ladder match. He could do everything. He could get technical. He could brawl. The guy could do whatever you needed him to do. Kenny Omega, every fucking single match is the same. This guy's not a GOAT. This guy is a glorified indie fucking jobber, and people will kiss his ass just because he's one of Tony Khan's favourites. And that's what this is for Jake the Snake Roberts. No one can seriously believe that Jake Roberts believes that Shawn Michaels isn't better than Kenny Omega. It's insane. It's fucking insane. No one else would believe it. Shawn Michaels is the GOAT, in my opinion, when it comes to in-ring performance. I'm not saying he's the best technical wrestler. I believe that title belongs to Kurt Angle. But in terms of overall performance, in terms of what he does in the ring, no one comes close to Shawn Michaels, man. He is the overall in-ring package. The guy is phenomenal, and the guy is a lot better than Kenny Omega. And no amount of alcohol is going to make me feel differently about that, or Tony Khan paychecks. So yeah, Jake the Snake Roberts, absolutely incredible opinion. I guess at the end of the day, it is his opinion, or is it even his opinion? That's what you have to ask. I mean, would he be saying this if he wasn't employed by AEW? Probably not. So yeah, looks like Jake the Snake Roberts isn't even his own man, guys. Thoughts down below. I mean, if you think Flair's overrated, just say it. I personally think he is. I love the guy for his promo work. I think he's definitely one of the best promo guys ever. But in terms of his in-ring ability, I do think Flair was like solid at best. I don't think Ric Flair was this amazing wrestler, even technical or in terms of like an in-ring performer. I think he was a better in-ring performer than he was technical wrestler. But a lot of Ric Flair matches are literally the fucking same. You know, chop, chop, back body drop, climb to the top rope, get thrown off. I'll admit that. I don't think Ric Flair in the ring was that great, but come on, Shawn Michaels is the best of all time, and Kenny Omega is certainly not better than him. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.